Hi guys, welcome back to Hooks Up, Needles Ready, Yarn. This is your host, Elma Clark, and I'm here with a small yarn haul from Premier Yarns. And also just to show you two whips that I have going on at present that just got casted on of recently. One is from yesterday and the other one I think is about 2 weeks ago. So I'm just going to share with you my small yarn haul from Premier, and again the two whips that I have started recently. Again, my name is Elma. You can find me on the internet at Drknluvli on Instagram. You can find me again on Ravelry as Drknluvli, and you can find me here on YouTube at Hooks Up Needles Ready Yarn. Drknluvli is spelled Drknluvli. Alright, so thank you again for joining me. I'm happy to be back. I'm doing my best to try to commit to a video at least once a week. I'm still trying to work it out at least once a week, but more than likely once a month. But again, I'm still trying to work it out, so we'll see what happens. Premier Yarns has some yarns that I wanted to try and that I wanted to get for a long time. So there was a sale, and I think I had a coupon that they had sent me, 50%, 15% coupon off. So I said, let me use it. Since they seen me on their website, they sent a coupon to entice me to come back to finish my purchase. So I did as they asked. So I got a couple of things. I didn't get a lot of things, but I just got a couple of things that I've been having my eye on for a little bit. And I just want to share that, okay? So the first one is their Stitch Please yarn. That's their worsted weight 100% wool yarn. And I got two colors. I got the color Sublime, which is this limey green color. All right, Sublime. And this is again a worsted weight 100% wool. So it's a medium weight 4. And I got this one called Daydream Denim. Daydream Denim. Okay. And again, it's a 100% wool. So it feels good. I like it. I would wear it next to skin. It doesn't feel very rustic, like a let lopey. It doesn't feel like that to me. It feels soft enough that I can wear it next to skin and not have any true issues with it. A lot of itching and a lot of skin issues, So I like that. I got two of the denim and one of the green. I might go back and try another color, so that way I can see if I can put it together to make a sweater. I know Andrea Murray, she has a sweater, I forget the name of it at this time, but she has a sweater that has stripes in it. It's not a worsted weight sweater. I believe it's a DK weight sweater, but I'm sure you can adapt the pattern to get the worsted weight yarn to work. There's another, I have one more yarn. This is DK. Another yarn, excuse me, not one more. I have at least two more yarns. So this now is a DK colored yarn, DK anti-pilling DK colors. And this is 100% acrylic yarn. It's a cake. Alright, and this is in the color Parrot. Okay, and this yarn I had wanted to make the shawl that goes with it. It's a very nice shawl in the DK yarn, and I've been looking at that shawl for the longest. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. I had it up, and as things do, they go away, But I did have it pulled up before, so that I'm not doing this, but it's all right. I'm doing it, right? I'm doing this. And I have my eye on it. It's made with DK colors in that specific color parrot, you know? Specific color parrot. Free patterns, parrot. DK colors. Alright, I'm just looking, I'm just trying to look it up for you guys so that way you can see the shawl DK colors that I'm referring to. Alright. Bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. Anytime you're looking for something fast, it always goes nice and slow. Isn't that right? Nice and slow. Because why not, right? You want it to be seen right then and there, as fast as possible. So I apologize. But it's pretty, and the parrot yarn, I felt like it was, it did a good job showing off the colors of the actual yarn as to why I was trying to make it. Hopefully, I'm trying to figure out how to edit, you know, and hopefully I can speed up this part for you. I'm not sure. I will definitely try. So this is called a regular easy granny stitch shawl, okay? And this is in the same colorway. Oh, the light is very bright. Let me see if I can decrease the light. And that will probably show up better for you guys. All right. So you can see it there. Perfect. Okay. So that is the actual shawl, right? And that is showing in the actual color of parrot. Okay, and that's an easy granny striped shawl, and it's very pretty. And I love how the colors are truly just vibrant and they just pop in very nicely. I mean, it's a granny stitch, it's classic, but it's beautiful in that color, you know. So that's why I really wanted to get that, and I wanted to get that for the longest. So when I got that coupon, Premier basically twisted my arm. So what else could I do but get it? You know, so thank you, Premier. The next two are yarns by Puzzle Yarn, Premier Puzzle Yarn, which is also 100% acrylic. And this one has 328 yards, and Puzzle Yarn is actually a bulky 5 yarn. Okay, so it's Premier Lord Jesus, Premier Puzzle Yarn, and this is the color Trivia. Okay, and I wanted to show you this blanket. This is the exact blanket that I'm looking to make on the ball band, and this is a garter stitch blanket, you know, and it's made, I believe, in 4 squares. But look, the colors are so pretty, you know. So that's a knit garter stitch blanket, and the colors are so pretty in that, you know. I believe it took 4 skeins of the yarn to make this particular blanket. I got 6 because I really like that color of this yarn very much. So I got 6 of those, so that at least I have 2 left over, and we'll see what happens to those 2. All right. And then this one is another puzzle yarn. This one is called Hopscotch. Okay. And this one looks like that. This is the color Hopscotch. All the specs are the same, 100% acrylic. I think it's 328 yards, I said. Okay. And on this ball band, it shows the exact pattern again that I was looking at to get the reason as to why I got this particular color as well. All right. I hope that's showing up. All right. But there you go. That's better. That's the pattern. This is a crochet pattern, you know, and I wanted to do it in this color because the way that it looks on the website. I found out Premier has some very nice free patterns, you know, particular for their yarns, you know. And even if you don't have Premier yarns, you don't have to buy their yarns particular to do the patterns. I mean, I did on purpose because again, I've been looking at those particular yarns for the longest and just kind of stalling, and because I don't really need to buy any yarns. Who needs to buy any yarn? Nobody. you know, but we still do it because we love the craft and we love the yarns, and we can't help ourselves. To be frank and to be honest, right? It's just what we do, you know. So I really like those two blankets that I seen, one knit, one crochet, and I also love that granny square shawl. So I'm gonna make that. I was making some shawls. I'm gonna show you guys in another video. I was making some shawls for Rose Like Crochet for her wings. Her wings. She does the wings donation. I couldn't think of the word. So I was making some shawls for her. I definitely won't be finished on in time to get them out by the end of this month. So if anything, what I would do is put them down for next year when they start the wings donation again. And hopefully by then I will have all of them that I started done. This granny square one might be one of those shawls as well. You know, even if I'm not sure if I would do it in this particular color to donate, but I'm because I might keep it for myself depending on how it looks when it comes out, because truly I did envision this particular shawl for myself. But again, I have plenty of anti-pill and DK weight yarn that I can make another shawl to donate without a problem. So yeah, so hopefully in another video I will show you guys some updates on a lot of whips that I have going on. You know, recent whips, old whips. I want to go over again a lot of the languishing whips, the sleeping whips, the cemetery dig up whips. You know, whips that just gone into a place of forgottenness. You know, nobody remember nothing. Like, when did I really, you know? So I'll go make a video regarding that and try to dig up some old whips and see what happens, right? Let me show you two cast-ons that I did. One knit and one crochet. All right. So the first one is a tutorial by Doris of Rose Cottage Studio. And she had she put out a tutorial recently regarding her raglan, her take on a raglan sweater, you know. So I started that last night, you know, because I just wanted to see, because I've made crochet garments before and I did not like how they came out, you know. And I think that although I've been crocheting over 20 years, I feel like of recent, you know, that my crocheting has improved quite a bit, probably because you know, just getting more comfortable with the stitches, more comfortable, and also, you know, actually I'm a membership of Crafty, and Crafty, it has a lot of classes on crochet and knitting, and I learned to knit on the Crafty platform with Susan B. Anthony's Crafty class. And then there was another Crafty class, I can't remember the name of the teacher now, but she shows you how to crochet basics, I think it was the name, but it shows you basic stitches and shows you how to improve and what you're missing, and so things like that, you know, especially if you don't have a lot of time on your hand. Those basic classes, they just help you as an experienced crocheter tweak your crochet skills. So it's not anything to insult you to say that, you know, you're not a prolific crocheter, or like you're not already a skilled crocheter and that you moved from novice to intermediate to experienced. But it's just to help, again, to tweak your skills. I personally don't feel that anybody should be above learning. We are human. We don't know everything. We forget, you know, and tweaking skills and going back to school and taking a class here and there just to refresh doesn't hurt anything, you know. So I find that all of these things put together has helped me improve my crochet significantly, you know, and I can see the difference in a lot of my makes from the past to present, and I find that in comparison, my stitches are more even at this point, and that I like how the fabric looks after it's done, you know. So I say that just to show you so far where I am. I'm still in the process of increasing to get to the point where I can get my arms through, because she wants you to increase as you go. So this is the beginning of my t-shirt. This is the raglan, I guess it's an easy raglan t-shirt or sweater, again by Doris of Rose Cottage Studio. All right, and that's the beginning of mine, you know. So right now I'm just increasing. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 rounds. I'm more than likely gonna go up. She did 12 to get the yoke to come down over her bust. So I'm more than likely gonna probably have to do the same amount of rounds, or probably 2 or maybe 4 extra. So 16 maybe, because I put it on yesterday, and where it is sitting is where it is currently, you know. So this is where that starts from. So this is it's very nice. I like it. You see, this is the V-neck, the V-stitch here, which is giving the raglan detail. The V, you see, the V-stitch is giving the raglan detail, and the yarn itself is from Joann's, and this yarn is called Caring Jumbo Ombre. Okay, and this is the yarn here. Okay, and this color is called Sepia, and I just find that to be such a nice color, just a nice color. And this particular ombre, I don't know why the Caring ombres have this big bold piece of white in each one of them. To me, it doesn't make sense as to why every one of them have a stark white inside of the ombre colorways, ombre colors. But in this one, this particular color, Sepia, I find that the color, the white in there blends better to me, you know. So it's not as stark. It doesn't stand out as much. I'm trying to get it to where you can see what I'm trying to say. Well, you understand, right? So this stark white here is the light is kind of putting a glare on it, so that you. But it's okay. Anyway, that's the point that I'm saying. Right, so in a lot of the different colors, the white is really stark. It really stands out, really bright. But in this color, Sepia, I find that the white is more muted, and it doesn't stand out as much. So again, I'm just making this is my yoke, and this is my increase round. So obviously I stopped here, so that's why it looks a little uneven. But once I get the yoke finished and onto the body, then we'll see where we are from there. I'll try it on, make sure that my arms fit through properly, and we'll see to keep going. All right, that's one whip that was started yesterday. Okay, and the next whip is the February ladies sweater. I was watching Kim the Crafty Nomad. Hi, Kim. And Kim is a bad influence. You know, she just does such awesome projects, and she really influences me in a way to really try to see what other projects or what other things are going on. You know, so I enjoyed watching her. I enjoy watching her podcast. Okay, so this is the February lady sweater. All right, and here this is a pretty green, and I like green, but I don't know that I wanted to do a green. You know, I started this. Oh my God, I want to say I started it 2 weeks ago. I just can't remember the date. You see, look at what I did. I started March. I forgot to put in. Why did I forget to put in the day? I don't know. Somehow I try to figure out when did I start. You know. So this sweater right now, I just finished doing the 3rd buttonhole today. So 10, 12. I have 12 more. No, sorry. 10, 13. I have 13 more rounds to go before I'm just doing, I believe it's straight garter. 3 more rows of garter. And then on to the body. So 13 more rows of the garter stitch increase round. And then from there, you got 3 more rows of garter stitch, and then separate for the sleeves and onto the lace portion of the body. I enjoy lace knitting. I enjoy that a lot. So when she showed the picture, I don't know, let me go see. And it's a free pattern on Ravelry, so it's very nice, a free pattern. There's also a pullover that's similar to the February lady sweater. So I plan to do, I have some cotton worsted weight yarn that I plan to do the pullover with as well. And in another video as well, I'll show you that pattern so that way you can see what it is I'm referring to. All right. And this is the beginning of my February lady sweater. All right. And again, I just finished the 3rd buttonhole today. And so this is just the yoke. All right. And as soon as I'm done those rounds, I will move on to the body with the lace work. Okay. I'm using Chiagu needles, and I got gauge on US 6. And Chiagus are my favorite knitting needles. I have to say that. They are my favorite knitting needles. I use wood. I use a lot of different brands of knitting needles, but I always go back to Chiagu. Oh, just a quick tick. I'm not sure if you know. Michaels has Chiagu needles for sale. I just purchased me another set. Another set of 5-inch needles. The complete set. The complete set on Amazon is a little over $100. On Michaels is absolutely over $100. But I had reward points, and I had a 40% off coupon that I used to purchase it, and it came down to $100 and some change for the complete set, the 5-inch needle tips. So I was happy to get that deal, you know. So just FYI for those of you all that like Chiagu knitting needles, whether you're in the market for new needles or not, Michaels does have that. It's only on the website. It's not in the stores. So if you all have any reward points and any coupons, particular 40% off coupons or 50% off coupons, because sometimes, very rarely, they do have 50% off coupons, go over to the website and purchase that if, again, you're in the market or not. Because, again, I find that with those kind of deals, reward points and 40% off coupons, you know, I tend to buy clover hooks or and now from Michaels, and now I would be adding Chiagu needles to that, you know, that combination. They have the bamboo needles as well, and the double point needles, and the double point needles for sock knitting as well on their website. Very, very, I was very pleasantly surprised when I saw that, you know. All right, guys, so that's about it for now that I have to show you, you know. Oh, I have one more thing. It's a mess up, though. It's a mess up because I don't know what I was doing. I think I just totally, for whatever reason, forgot to do the knit version. So on one of my, this is Barcelona Grand. That's Michael's Loops and Threads brand. It's like their puzzle yarn, Michael's version of puzzle yarn. So on their ball band is a mitered square, a knit mitered square blanket on one of their ball bands. This is a very nice blanket. I left the ball band, the other skein of yarn that has the ball band with the blanket upstairs, and I'll show you again on another video. But I just wanted to show you this particular one. This start of the miter square, because it's a mess up. I have to do it over, but I thought it was funny So again, this is Loops and Threads Barcelona Big. I don't have the colorway for you because again, the other ball band is upstairs. So this is pink and gray. That's the pink and gray color there. Okay, and the mitered square pattern. They have it in a different color. This is the mitered square pattern, and it's a free pattern on the actual ball band. Right, so that's the ball band, and that's the pattern. So I don't feel any way about showing you that because again, if you buy Barcelona Big, you can get the pattern yourself as well, right? But the pattern, it calls you to do a knitted mitered square. So the mitered square basically ends up as a garter stitch where you knit front and back. And I don't know, it says to repeat rows 1 and 2, and somehow I believe I was just repeating row 2, which is the actual decreases 4 to make the mitered part of the mitered square. So I don't know why I was doing that. Obviously I just wasn't paying attention, but I got a cute little banner or a pendant out of it. I'm like, so this is what I made. That's supposed to be my square, and I had finished it. I was finishing. I'm like, why does this look like this? What happened? What happened? You know. So I have all the decreases as you can see, but I don't know what I was doing. This looks like it could be the tongue of like a massive dog or some kind of massive, huge animal. You know. I don't know what happened there, but I'll be ripping this back and starting again so I can do the mitered square blanket, because again, my goal this year is to use up as much of my stash yarn as possible so that I can decrease my stash for my old yarn, try and get my languishing whips and other whips either frogged or finished. And you know, I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm going on a yarn diet, but I just want to be more conservative about my purchases, and I want to purchase with purpose, meaning that I have a pattern that I want to purchase yarn for, or a pattern that I definitely want to make. You know, so I have a lot of so that way the yarn is just not hanging out. A lot of my yarn that I have upstairs, I have it sorted where I have the yarn with the pattern already. So when I get to that yarn, I'm set, I'm ready to go because everything is together. The pattern is there, the yarn is there, so all I need to do is a gauge swatch, you know. I know a lot of people don't like to do gauge, but gauge saves time and it saves aggravation. And I'm about saving time and aggravation, you know. I am a loose knitter and a loose crocheter, you know. So once I started practicing and doing it, I don't make, you know, like I don't make massive gauge swatches when I do a gauge swatch, but I do make a gauge swatch. I try to do at least 4 inches sometimes. The majority of the time they are at least 2 to 3 inches wide. Where I can measure properly, but the majority of the time, depending on the pattern, if it's really a confusing pattern for me and I just want to get it down so that I truly understand what I'm doing, yes, then I will make a 4-inch square or even sometimes larger. But if it's just a basic pattern and the gauge swatch calls for stockinette stitch or garter stitch or double crochet, single crochets, I'm not doing all of that in a gauge swatch. I'll do at least 2 or 3 inches and let me measure from there. And then if my hook on my needle is too big, then I go down. And usually with knitting, I have to go down at least 2. So if the gauge has to call for a US 8, according to the designer, the gauge swatch is on the US 8. If that's the case, then I go down 2 sizes at least to obtain my gauge, you know. And I start off there. So with the February lady sweater, for instance, the gauge is called for a US 8, right? So for me, once I seen US 8, I just picked up US 6 knitting needles, and I did a gauge swatch, and I was able to obtain gauge at that point, you know, because the gauge for the February lady sweater is 18 stitches per 4 inches. So I was able to do that. For Doris of Rose Cottage Studio, her sweater did not have a gauge per se. You know, she said to chain 84 stitches, and you try it on as you go to see if you need to increase more or less, you know. So, but she did say to follow the recommendation for the hook size on the particular ball band of yarn that you're using. The yarn that she used, she's went with an eye hook, and the yarn that I'm using, the Karen Jumbo ombre yarn, the ball band calls for a H hook. So I'm using the H hook, and I like so far how the fabric looks, you know. With the double crochets, obviously it's going to be a little holey, so definitely you'll be wearing a undertop, you know, forgot what it's called, a camisole is what I want to call it, but it's like an undershirt basically, you know, nothing fancy, you know. All right, but gauge is your friend, okay, just to let you all know. I know everybody doesn't like gauge, but gauge is your friend, and it helps us save a lot of time, a lot of headaches, you know. You're making stuff you want it to fit, especially if you're making it for yourself. You don't want to just be making and then next thing you know you're giving it away too, and your goal was to make it for yourself. I have no issues with being a selfish knitter, a selfish crocheter. You know, if you don't spoil yourself, who's going to spoil you is the way I look at that, you know. So definitely take time to check your gauge, okay. Yeah, so that's basically it. Thank you again for coming on and spending some time with me here. Thank you for choosing to watch my video. I appreciate that very much. I would ask that you all like, share, subscribe, please, and come back again. Click the notification bell. Excuse me, my eyes, actually, I'm tired. Please click the notification bell so that you can be made aware of the next time I upload a video. And I thank you all for coming by once again, just to spend a little bit of time with me. You know, please leave a comment if you have any questions down below. Again, I haven't tended to edit my videos in the past. I'm trying to learn how to do so, and it seems to be more complicated than I thought it would be. If anybody have any suggestions regarding editing software for the beginner or for the kindergartner, I would appreciate that, because a lot of this software that I tried in the past is very confusing to me, and I just want something where I can just easily edit the thing, add a thing, and put some words here, so that way you'll see where I am on the internet, and you'll see my whatever down there and all of this stuff. Picture, that's all I want to do. I just want to put my name, add a picture, and do all of that. Nothing fancy. I'm not looking to do anything too fancy at this point. I just want to be able to cut out some stuff and add in some stuff, and that's it. And you know, be on my merry way. So anybody have any suggestions regarding editing software that can actually also pause and stop, because right now I'm doing this video on my iPad, and you can't pause and stop a video on an iPad, you know, so you just barreling through. So anybody have any suggestions, again, that would be greatly appreciated. Please leave that info down in the down bar, down where you leave the comments. All right, so thank you all again for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Again, any questions, again, leave a comment, and I'll be glad to answer. Any questions, again, not too personal, I'll be glad to answer again. All right, so thank you all for coming by, and I hope to see you all soon. Stay well, all the best. Bye-bye.